more than 2,000 years. This story is going to take us to ancient China. This is the tale of the brave maiden Lai Chi. Lai Chi slays the dragon. In the ancient kingdom, the kingdom of Yu, the mountains were very high. So the people, they felt very safe. Until the day, the terrible day, that a dragon came to live in their mountains. Huge and monstrous it was, 70 feet long from tooth to tail. The people were frightened. They tried to appease the dragon by bringing it good things, oxen and lamb and goat. But the monster was not satisfied. Then they asked their hunters. But their hunters were turned back by tooth and claw. Even they raised an army. But their army could not face its fire and flame. And so, the people were frightened. And then, most horrible of all, the dragon appeared to them in their dreams. At night, as the people slept, the dragon came to them and told them that the only thing that would satisfy its great hunger would be if they were to sacrifice a young girl. So frightened were the people that they agreed to this terrible bargain. So then, once a year, for 9 years, they selected a girl from the village and they sent her up into the mountain where she would be eaten by the dragon. In the 10th year, they came to the house of a man named Lai Tan, and they said to him, Lai Tan, the heavens have blessed you with 6 daughters of your own. Surely you can sacrifice one of them so we'll all be safe for another year. But how could a father make such a choice? Lai Tan was troubled and did not know what to do. Until his youngest daughter, the maiden Lai Chi, she came to her father. She said, Father, send me to the dragon, for I cannot bear the thought of my sisters going to such a fate before me. And so it was agreed that the youngest daughter, the maiden Lai Chi, she would face the dragon on the mountain. Lai Chi prepared for her journey. She made rice cakes and sweetened them very well with honey. And then before she left, she asked her father for 2 things. She asked if she could borrow his very sharp sword. And she asked if she could bring along the family dog on the journey. Thus prepared, the maiden set out for the mountain. She climbed the mountain until she reached the top, and there she saw the cave of the dragon. Beside an ancient stone temple, the girl sat down in the temple to wait for the dragon to appear. She did not need to wait long, for soon she heard the voice of the dragon from his cave. Who is that who has come today to be eaten by me? Said the great dragon of the mountain. And the maiden, she answered, It is I, Lai Chi, but I have not come today to be eaten by a dragon. Well, when the dragon heard that, he was so annoyed, he spewed forth his hot fire to burn the girl before he ate her. But the clever maid, she hid behind the stone wall of the ancient temple, and it protected her from the dragon's flame. Then she said to the animal, she said, Great beast, do not be angry with me so, for I only mean to say that I have brought you something sweeter than I am to eat. And saying that, the maiden laid the rice cake she had made on the ground beside the temple. Even from within his cave, Dragon could smell how sweet they were, sweet with honey, and decided that indeed he would accept the offering. He would eat the rice cakes before he ate the maiden. And so, the great dragon of the mountain emerged from his cave. Can you imagine the terror of his eyes glowing with fire, the horror of his mouth so full of sharp teeth, and then one claw and another and another and another appeared as the dragon emerged from the cave and stood there 70 feet long from tooth to tail. Surely, we will never know what went through the heart of that maiden as she stared into the eyes of the dragon on that mountaintop so many years ago. But I, your storyteller, I know what is in your hearts today. I know what you are thinking. You are all sitting there asking yourself, what became of the family dog? As the great dragon of the mountain emerged from his cave, Lai Chi's faithful little dog slowly and carefully snuck behind the dragon. And there the dog waited until all of the dragon had appeared, 70 feet long from tooth to tail. And only then, when all of the dragon had appeared and the dog saw the dragon's tail, the dog, it growled like this. It opened its mouth wide like this. Ah! And it bit very, very hard like this. Yow! Screamed the dragon. Yow! For never in all of recorded time had anyone dared to bite the tail of the great dragon of the mountain. Dragon was so annoyed that he turned his great head to see who had done it. Then Lai Chi saw his long neck exposed and vulnerable. She leapt from the temple, and with her father's very sharp sword, in one instant she achieved a fame that will last forever. Men will always tell the tale of the brave maiden Lai Chi. Lai Chi slays the dragon. Never again would any monster dare to enter the kingdom of you. Now as the dragon lay defeated before her, the maiden stepped into the dragon's cave, and there her heart, it filled with pity. A tear came to her eye, for she saw in the cave the bones of the 9 girls that had been sent to the dragon before her. And she said there, to their spirits in the cave, she said, I am so sad that you girls were so helpless. Thank you. You ready for this? Okay, you got the whole story there on your face. You have the great dragon of the mountain. You have Lai Chi's faithful family dog. And this red part of your face that actually comes from the female hero makeup from the Chinese opera. Thank you very much. And you were a very sweet volunteer. You did a perfect acting job. Let's give her a thunderous round of applause. Thank you so much. You may return to your seat.
All right.
All right, now for this next story, I am going to